What is going on, everybody? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I'm going to indulge a very loud group of people who say I have it wrong. And I've been wrong before in my life, and it's entirely possible I'm wrong right now. So I'm going to lay out what the internet says is the most compelling evidence that this individual is in fact not. I just rubbed icy hot on my eye because my back hurts. Oh no. Anyway, is not the individual that went after the United Healthcare CEO. They have generally three pieces of evidence that they say proves this individual is not the guy. I'm willing to entertain ideas, so I'm definitely going to be reading the comments down below. I want to believe. I want to be convinced. The other thing people are convinced as, this is a quote-unquote PATSY, that the case was simply too clean to believe. And I understand that skepticism, but again I ask, a PATSY for what? This was a relatively irrelevant person. It wasn't a governmental figure. Unless you think, I want to know from you who this could be. I'm coming to you in good faith, I promise. You all know, you've watched me for a long time. If he's a patsy, then why? And for who? The real shooter? Well, okay. Then why do they need a patsy? Why does this case require a patsy when so many others do not? I am curious. 3, there is also apparently overwhelming evidence that, or the biggest other individual thing is that this individual claims, that the money, he was found with $8,000 cash that he claims was planted. He claims it was planted. Why would he lie about that? I agree. That's very odd. Let's start with the planted money. I want you to convince me. I want to believe. By the way, we're rerunning our Black Friday sale. Our entire winter selection, which is sugar plum, hot butter rum. These are all so good. Add a little cream or a little sweetener. They're ridiculous. Gingerbread and vanilla sugar cookie. The vanilla sugar cookie and sugar plum are my favorites, but they're all so good. 15% off today only. Promo code winter4 sale. Help support us, small business. Get yourself some amazing winter blends that are only available for a limited time. Whole bean or ground. You're going to love them. Put them out for Christmas. Your family and friends are going to love them. Bring them with you to family and friends' houses. They're going to love them. Help me spread the word of Coffee Brand Coffee. Here is perhaps the most fishy part. Luigi Mangione suggests the $8,000 in cash he had and $2,000 in foreign currency found. Now, I don't know if it's $8,000 including the $2,000 in foreign currency or a total of $10,000. Seems irrelevant. But he claims that it was planted on him during the arrest. Now, I ask you, the internet who knows better than me, the numbers generally will. Why? Why would they plant money on him? They don't need to prove that he is somehow going to flee the country. If he had said the weapon was planted or the IDs were planted, I would say this is something. It is certainly fishy that I'm reading further down. Apparently $10,000 in total was planted on him. Why didn't he flee the country earlier? Good question. Despite everything said in the courtroom, the only thing Mangione objected to was this issue with cash in a waterproof bag allegedly found on him. One of the most interesting parts of this particular hearing was actually his statements on the conversation about bail. Prosecutors noted that they found him with $8,000 in cash and $2,000 in foreign currency. Okay, so maybe that's why they planted the cash so that he would appear to be a flight risk. Now, do a lot of people who are being charged with this severe of a crime get bail? No, they don't. But his family is also very wealthy, so okay, maybe a 5% reason why you might plant money like that. His passport, also in a Faraday bag, which blocks cell signal, which is basically a bag designed to stop transmission of cell service or any other things like that. By the way, you should get Faraday bags anyway. At the end of prosecutor's speech, Luigi Mangione said, quote, "I actually want to address two things that you said. One, I don't know where that money even came from. I'm not sure if it was planted." He also then added that the bag was waterproof. So if he knew the bag was waterproof, that's a weird thing to correct. Now, Luigi Mangione is not the brightest bulb. Despite his valedictorian status from high school, the guy should have got a lawyer and kept his mouth shut. He's probably smart, I would argue. I would probably argue that he is smart. Now, they say Mario planted the 8K on him. Ha 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 ha. Kid's parents were paying $40,000 a year for him to go to high school. I mean, he came from an extraordinarily rich family. Now, here is the second piece of quote-unquote imagery, side-by-side imagery, that is getting posted in every one of my Twitter replies and all my... Again, I am coming to you in good faith. I want to believe. I want to be convinced. Certainly, I don't believe that the government universally acts in good faith. So, let's talk about it. Here we have on the left a picture which appears to have an individual with a hat and a mask with no unibrow. Here we have a picture that is presumably, 5 or 6 days later? He does have more of a unibrow. This to me, this is what is hinging on hundreds of people's replies to me on X and other places saying, Jeremy, you're an idiot. It's not the same guy. It's so clearly not the same guy because of the eyebrows. My position is that the video on the left is very clearly grainy and enhanced. When you do color correction, color enhancement, all sorts of weird things happen to photos. They also drew a mask on him in the first place, so what's to say they didn't also remove the eyebrows? The photo on the left is digitally altered. The photo on the right, we presume, is not digitally altered. But again, if the eyebrows do not fit, you must acquit. A lot of people saying, does it even look like the same person to you? I'm saying, maybe not. But I have hundreds, maybe thousands of people telling me I'm a complete smelly fat moron, that it's so obvious that these two people are different. I need help. I need big help convincing it. Sovereign Bra also says, different jacket, different backpacks. Yes, we also know that this individual dropped the other backpack, and that backpack contained the other jacket. So I'm going to debunk that right there. First of all, these two jackets are not different. These two jackets are exactly the same. You have two different, very obvious filters or lenses. You can see, look at the floor here compared to the floor here. Okay? So no, anybody saying that this is not the same jacket is incorrect. It is 100% the same jacket. You just have an image here that's more of a vertically orientated. And here you have it zoomed in at some sort of enhancement or maybe a worse quality camera. You can see it's the same room, the same floor, but just look how the colors change in the flooring versus the same gradient change in the jacket. Anybody who says these jackets are not the same is simply not correct. I will put my feet in the sand on that. Now that said, the backpack being different. This we know for a fact is the exact same style of backpack recovered in New York City Central Park moments after this incident. Here we can agree that this appears to be at least a different backpack. Okay. I'm sorry, here. The backpack looks black. It doesn't go from gray to black. So presumably he had two backpacks. True. But is it more possible that this individual that looks 99.999% the same is completely different human or simply has two backpacks? I don't know. But I'm presenting the evidence as the internet is presenting it to me and calling me a stupid, fat, smelly moron. I don't know. This is the same. This is 100% the same jacket, just different camera lenses or camera zooms or enhancements. Now, Here's even more evidence presented that maybe I can't debunk. Of course, he's not the same person. Here's the breakdown between the two. Here you have the killer's coat had no chest pockets. I don't know, because here he is, chest pocket, chest pocket. Here's one without chest pocket, without chest pocket. Now, I will offer my rebuttal to that. A jacket was located in the backpack that this guy ditched. Now, was it this other one? We don't know yet. But if it turns out to be this other one, this one would be debunked. Until such a point, I can't debunk it. The coats had a zipper. Patsy's may have, again, I say, why would they need a patsy? This wasn't a government official. I guess the only scenario where you might need a patsy is if it was a government op. Maybe. This one also poorly educated. The killer also appears to have a larger build. Wrong. One is a vertical orientation picture, and the other is a horizontal picture that is much more zoomed in, making him appear wider. So again, sorry 4chan, you're simply wrong about that one. All right. That said, I cannot explain everything, but I can explain most of it. 100% the same guy, different zoom, different camera, different enhancement. Definitely a different jacket, but we do know based on police evidence that another jacket was recovered. We have not seen that jacket. If it matches this one, that would debunk it, but we don't know. Again, different jackets, different backpack, different men. Luigi's a patsy, originals. I don't understand why. Now, we agree, it is two different backpacks. But we also know he had a backpack when he was arrested, and he ditched one. So we know he had two backpacks. I forgot about it. He had a backpack when he was arrested. So, again, I don't know. Now, this is another. Now, let's explore the other one that I'm more likely to believe. Born into a wealthy family, attends a 40K a year private school, becomes valedictorian. Earns bachelor's and master's in computer science by 26. No criminal record, no behavioral red flags, clean slate, sharp dress, photogenic Chad, active on social media. Vacations abroad, posts polished photos, looks like he's thriving. Lands internship, builds a resume that screams success, spends free time exploring AI, writes a Goodreads review on Ted Kaczynski's Sprinkles and Safe Edgy Joins. The professional world follows the system script perfectly. No signs of instability, just another rising star in tech. Disappears for 3 months and ends the United Healthcare CEO. Now, is it possible that this guy was an asset? That I believe is possible. That I believe that this guy turned into some sort of asset. I don't know. We also know that he explored researched very heavily psychedelics. We also know that he was experiencing chronic back pain, and an unfortunate side effect of that, not being able to, sleep with women. I don't know that suddenly at 26, the fact that he couldn't sleep with women suddenly made him snap. Experimenting in psychedelics absolutely could. Maybe he had taken some to try and work on his back. Maybe he had, do hallucinogenic mushrooms and then go crazy and start ending people. I don't buy that Luigi is the guy. Looks nothing like him. Again, everybody on the internet saying the same thing. Jeremy, it's 100% not the right person. I'm going to need more than one grainy photo where the eyebrows look different. I've already explained the jacket, and I'm right about that. I need to know more about the eyebrows. Is it possible he shaved his eyebrows? Sure, but it seems like an unlikely thing to do when you're on the run. Apparently the unibrow wax job doesn't last for more than a week. It's possible that, the unibrow thing, here I would not say they're fully connected, but here you see no eyebrows at all. So this picture seems suspect to me, but it's the number one piece of evidence everybody is pointing at. Here's a picture of him, doesn't have a unibrow here. He's got it pretty well manicured. Now, again, if you're on the run from the cops, do you take time to do that? I don't know. He does not have a unibrow here. It's close. But again, this picture, I don't know. I want to be convinced. Let me know in the comment section down below what is going on with this case. I agree it's a little too tight a bow, but you never know. I hope you're entertained by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. Don't forget to peruse our winter blends. I really think if you give us a try, you're going to love them. Add a little cream, a little natural sweetener to them. It really brings the flavor out. We'll talk to you again real soon.